for tuning into this video. So the subject on the letter, Wayne Newton made a song about it because he purchased it. Now this letter, I'm going to get into it in this video. Do I think this is something that really happened? Why I think that it isn't something that Elvis did? I'll get into that a little later. It's like I want to say it all now, but I'll lead up to it.
Alright guys, so a little background on this letter. It actually wasn't one letter. There were allegedly 4 letters handwritten by Elvis found in the trash can in his Vegas suite in December 1976 by a maid. By this time in 1976, Red West, Sonny, Dave Hebler, they were gone from the group. The book Elvis What Happened, Elvis knew it was going to be a real thing. He couldn't get out of it, even though he tried to give them $50,000 by John O'Grady, his lawyer. Linda Thompson was gone as his number 1 girlfriend for the past 4 years, and in was Ginger Alden. Elvis was in Las Vegas during his last ever season there. Elvis supposedly gets the notepad, the Hilton notepad, and a pen, and begins to maybe journal, maybe they're lyrics for a song, maybe it's just a form of prayer or meditation. Elvis supposedly writes down his thoughts, his inner thoughts, on these pieces of paper, then throws them away in the garbage can. Now, these crumpled up notes were allegedly found by a maid. I guess the crew Elvis had working for him at that time were not too diligent in cleaning up anything that could be incriminating on Elvis, and they left these highly personal notes behind at the Hilton when Elvis left. So these notes are a little hard to read. Here's 3 of them. You'll be able to see these up close a little later in the video where I compare Elvis's handwriting to other letters and notes that he wrote in the 70s. Let me read to you guys what one of them says. I feel so alone sometimes. The night is quiet for me. I would love to be able to sleep. I'm glad everyone is gone now. I will probably not rest tonight. I have no need for all of this. Help me, Lord. Here enters Wayne Newton. In 1991, he purchased one of these letters for $13,200 by a reputable auction house called Sotheby's. Now, this letter from 1976 was authenticated and believed to be real, and I personally think it's because of the similarities in the handwriting. You'll see on the left here, this is the note that Elvis wrote to Nixon 6 years earlier. If you compare it to the note on the right, it's pretty similar. Evidently, Wayne Newton believed it was real, and he had a lot of requests from Elvis fans to tell us what's in the note. What does it say? So Wayne Newton, capitalized, put 2 and 2 together, and made it into a song.
I'm paraphrasing, of course, but it said, I'm finally alone. I'm glad they're all gone now. I probably won't rest tonight. I have no need for all of this. Help me, Lord. I think he was addressing his loneliness. He had by that time become quite a recluse. And
you knew him rather well, didn't you?
we were very close friends.
He used to come out on stage and say, "Hi, I'm Wayne Newton."
He did many, many times, and it's on several of the live records that he did from the Hilton.
Did Elvis, and I certainly would not invade your privacy, but did he reveal things to you that he's not revealed to anyone else?
Well, toward the end, we had quite a conversation one night in his dressing room where he talked about his loneliness, his love for his daughter, the fact that he felt for him it was pretty much over. The conversation went on about 2 hours, and he was very troubled. Even though the crowd surrounds me, I'm still standing all alone. When I know I can't go on, help me, Lord.
think that that's something that Elvis would do. Like, I know he was very thoughtful, and he would maybe not necessarily journal, but he would write notes and books that he would read, whether it be the Bible or other spiritual books. He was the thoughtful person, but Elvis was also sort of private. He wouldn't talk to the guys about how he was feeling. So Elvis writing down this very personal note and not getting rid of it. His way of getting rid of it is crumpling it up and throwing it in a garbage can next to his bed with, probably Ginger at the time, because he was seeing Ginger at this time, and this was in Vegas. Something that would make Elvis that vulnerable, I don't think that he would put on paper necessarily, and then, just kind of be so negligent as to throw it away and maybe hope that his guys would pick up after him or something like that. It doesn't seem like something that Elvis would do, in my opinion.
Now, while I do believe that it could be real, because I think those were Elvis's thoughts and feelings at the time, I think it's more, people would just want to believe it's real more than the thought that it probably is. Like I said earlier in this video, the handwriting in those two letters is pretty comparable, kind of similar, but Elvis in the 70s didn't really do cursive too much. It was more the all caps letters, which you see. A person commented a few days ago on a recent video where I brought up the subject of the letter that these letters were debunked by an Autograph Authenticity magazine in the 90s. It was hard to find some of the info on this, about the letters being debunked. But it just leads me further to believe that these, they're probably not real, and I think it's just more wishful thinking. So I think this will continue to be a legend in the Elvis community. You're going to have those who, believe it wholeheartedly, and then you're going to have those like me who are more skeptical. I think especially the fact that the information on this, either for it or against it, is a little hard to find at this time, since this issue is about 35 years old. But if you have anything you'd like to offer, your reasons or documents why you think it's true or false, let me know in the comments.
He wrote actually kind of a message to God and to himself, and crumpled it up and threw it in a waste paper can, and one of his guys evidently retrieved it, kept it. About 7 or 8 months ago, this note showed up in a Sotheby auction sale. And some people called me knowing of my friendship with Elvis. And I bought it. Somehow that got out. And so that's when we decided to write a song around it. And so we did. So that's the story of the letter.